Whoa. I can't tell if it's online or not. Hey, so it is. Don't pay any attention to this, people. This is just me testing this out. I don't even know if this is actually working. If any of you are looking at this, or if this is going to stay as a past broadcast or whatever it is that Twitch does, I'm Sora. I was a Twitch streamer, and then I moved to YouTube. But over the past couple weeks, maybe a little bit more, like a month, I've been contemplating some other stuff. And so I was just in my settings here on Twitch, looking through everything and thinking to myself, you know what? What would it look like? What would it feel like to go back to Twitch? And kind of just looking through all the different settings of that, looking at Discord, looking at OBS, and just kind of thinking. So I moved to YouTube a while ago, but the more that I've I really like YouTube as a platform. I really like it as an interface. But I was actually just talking with two friends of mine, just kind of about the fact that the community of Twitch is all about gaming, and that's what we're all about. That's what Sora streams, and then the Heart Container Heroes, which is a gaming community that I'm a part of. That's what we're all about, is gaming. We're all about community. We're all about we do cosplay as well, and we really love that. And so the idea of doing all of those things is just kind of like, really, it seems like Twitch has already been established for those things, and the community of people who we might be, I don't know, wanting to reach out to, or people who we hope to find, not hope to find so much as like hope to invite. We want to invite like-minded people when it comes to games, people who enjoy. We're all about Twitching over here. Yeah, we're all about Twitcher 2 over here, man. And what's up, David? Funny to see you here. I'm just I've been thinking about it, and some of the things. So actually, I kind of compiled a little list. It's really weird to not be wearing headphones, but to be streaming right now. A weird dynamic. Again, I'm only kind of saying all this in case it ends up being on like the past broadcast of Twitch. I was just kind of testing this out. But a couple of the things that we're talking about is I really like the idea of like Discord integration for one. A community of like people who are already establishing games, really like cosplay and all that is already there. YouTube is really good, but it's a very, very broad variety. And I'm not necessarily sure if I feel like it really not caters. I don't really know if it reaches out to all the people that we want to reach necessarily. It just kind of seems like it can be dominated by a certain few, which is why we've been talking about, or I guess more or less I've been discussing and kind of playing with this idea. So then, and what is up, Brandon? Good to see you already. So those two things so far, and then it was kind of looking at it. One thing that I really like about streaming and so on is the idea is to build community, and having a working alert program is really helpful for people to be showcased that they are a part of it now. So when somebody subscribes, or when somebody joins, you want them to be able to thanks Brandon. When somebody joins a stream and when they follow the stream, you want them to be able to to be recognized. You want to not just recognize them with a notification, but then call out the notification, say, hey, welcome to the stream, or thank you for following, welcome to the community, join our Discord, join our group, play games with us. And when that alert program doesn't always work, it kind of defeats that purpose in a way. So that's one of the other things that I was thinking about, is Twitch alerts is pretty much an established platform, and alerts on Twitch are pretty much an established thing that work really, really well. One of the other things that I really, really enjoy about kind of integrations of the like is the idea of, I don't necessarily care so much for the idea of like subbing and like in the sense of like paying money, but being able to support a streamer is good. I like that. Then being able to give the people who support you something back, I think is really cool. For instance, I follow and I sub to a particular streamer, and I like to be able to use their emotes. And honestly, it seems like something so minor and minuscule, but like the idea that like, hey, I'm like repping. I like this guy, so here I get to rep them. I use their emotes. I use their things in Discord and on other Twitch channels. I think that's actually a really smart system. I think bits are really fun. I think that's a really fun idea and all the different things you can do with that. But mainly, I think that the crux of all of this, man, this is so weird. This is so impromptu. The crux of all this is really the fact that, a lot of people I like do use Twitch. I think that Twitch is it has the established community of people. And I think that's good to kind of find them, to reach out for them, and to invite them there. Whereas with I talked and I said I like YouTube, but there's some things about YouTube gaming that I don't necessarily like, and I think to kind of not segue, but to extrapolate a little bit on that, it's more or less the fact that this is random, but I think it kind of matters. With Twitch, you use a username. And though that doesn't seem like a big deal, but if we're a gaming community, that's how we know each other. We know each other by our handles. And yeah, we can get personal. I encourage the people to get to know one another. I encourage people in my stream to, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those outlets to get to know me, and conversely, I get to know them. But also, when you're doing when you play games, it's all usernames. And the fact that YouTube has you do such deep it's oh, if you're gonna watch this person's stream and comment or chat, well then you're going to be you're using your normal account. And then I think finally so moving on, that's one of the things about YouTube that I dislike. And finally, one of the other things about YouTube that I dislike is, as I mentioned, it just kind of feels like YouTube is dominated by a few personalities, and there's nothing wrong with that necessarily. But I think Twitch is much more, open-minded, maybe. I think it's much more open-minded on the idea of anybody can be a part of it, and when you want to, yeah, it's a more even plane. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Avian. It's a more even plane of people. It's not. Obviously there are some people who are very well known in Twitch communities, but mainly it's just kind of it's an even opportunity. It's like what people dreamt of America, the land of opportunity. And so with Twitch having the means and the community already there, it's not just accessible for everybody, but it's more of really honing in on the subsect of we like games, we like cosplay. Thanks, Brandon, and hello to you too, and hello, David, both of you. It's just kind of that community's already there, and I have a feeling, and I kind of know it to be true, that there's a bunch of people on Twitch who are looking for the community of gamers, who are looking for gaming communities, and they're already here on Twitch, and they might not want to move over to YouTube, or they might not want to go to somewhere else. And I think in the past, that might have been taken for granted. YouTube has a lot of good features and qualities, but overall, I don't think I'd like to trade up the idea of the people that we can get to know, for the people who can become a part of the community of gamers that we're trying to, in the Heart Container Heroes, that we are trying to find and to just be friends with. So I think all in all, that's my, I don't think it's a rant. I think that's just kind of my, it's kind of a rant. Oh, it's my rant, I guess. It's kind of a rant. So I don't know. I don't know to end this by being so I'm back, or to end this by being I don't know why I'm at. That's probably the more accurate one, but I might pop up again tonight with an actual video game stream. And it might be on Twitch tonight, just to feel it out again and kind of feel the water, test the water, and be do I want to swim here? Do I want to get back in this pool? And at the moment, I think I do. And I think this time I'm gonna stick with it, and maybe just use YouTube for the other purpose that you're right, it does have a lot of massive following. It really does, by a lot of good people, as Brandon said in the chat, Gold Glove Syndicate and Man v Game and so on. And yeah, there's tons of others. I like a guy named Moon, OW, my friends like Lyric and other people. So there's a ton of people on here who have a massive following. And I think it's again, it's not so much about building. I have no, let me make this abundantly clear. I have no grand thoughts and expectations of my channel to be I'm gonna be up there with the #1 Twitch person, and that's not even so much that's not even so much the idea of why I stream. And funny enough, this came to mind again recently on YouTube, which is what's been making me think even more about coming back to Twitch. Is I've watched quite a few. I've been trying to dabble in, like, you know, I've streamed on YouTube. So what I've wanted to do is, well, find other YouTube streamers and see the kind of content and the quality of the content that's out there. The idea is like, okay, well, if I'm going to stream on YouTube, it'd be nice to meet other small streamers on YouTube, in the sense of, like, check out their channel, check out their content, and hopefully, yep, exactly. You heard it here. I'm making it big. I'm the next #1 Twitch personality. Just you wait. Casey Club's on it. That's my goal. No, but I'd watch these YouTubers, and a lot of them, like, yeah, there was good content, but it was almost like good, like, it was really like diamond in the rough, like when you'd find one. And I was just talking with actually Sage Sky, and he and I were DMing in Discord, and kind of just discussing the fact that it really feels like it is kind of like a popularity thing. Like, YouTube actually even encourages in its guidelines, and this is something that I was kind of like about, and I followed the guidelines initially, and then later on I was like, I don't want to follow these guidelines, because in the guidelines of YouTube it actually says, like, have like a countdown, have like a momentous like kind of thing to make people smash like the like button, to get them to hit the like and subscribe button, like maybe do, and it is even suggested in the guidelines that you have like almost like every 10 minutes that you say like some sort of like catchphrase that tells them like subscribe, hit that, because it's like about building, and that's actually what the guidelines are for, is building a following through YouTube. And I get that, but I don't necessarily think I like that, because of the fact that that's not what it's about for me. It's not about getting, you know, a bunch of, I don't know, teenagers, adults, children to follow my channel and my content. It's about meeting other people who like games. And that was the thing that I had happen. I was on YouTube and I was streaming, and I think I was either opening the stream or I was just midstream, and the thought, the revelation reoccurred to me that was like, what am I doing? Like, am I trying to... I got lucky, by the way. I'll say this. I've hit 222 subs on YouTube, and I'm very happy with that fact. I think that number is really great, and because of that, I actually have met, and I've made friends through streaming on YouTube as well as streaming on Twitch. And I think that's super cool to make friends with people who like the similar like stuff as me. But so I hit that number, and then I was thinking about, like, is it about like the number, or is it about the people? And I don't mean like it's kind of the question, is it quantity or is it quality? And when I was thinking about that, I was like, you know what, I would be totally content, and I mean this, I'd be super content not even hitting hundreds, if not 100 or thousands of subs, as long as the people who did come were people who we got along with, and they contributed, and they were just like, you know, the kind of people that like we're looking for, people who were just interested in games, fellow gamers. And if they were like, you know, if they were interactive, if they were interested in that kind of stuff, like, it's worth it. It doesn't need to be millions and billions of people watching a stream. It's just trying to find the people who appreciate it and that you appreciate. And yeah, exactly. As Brandon said in the chat, we're all hanging out. None of us has told somebody to follow because we're forced. We just enjoy watching each other, and that's kind of what I'm getting at, is the fact that, like, you know, I want my channel, I want my content not to be a place where I'm not trying to push you people to hit the sub or hit the follow or hit any of that. I just want to, if anything, I want to attract you to the idea that if you like video games, if you like the video games that we play, if you share a joy in this video game or that video game, share it. Let's talk about it. Let's play the game. Let's do that, and let's do that together. For one, as you guys have guessed, and those of you who are watching probably already know, I'm named Sora because I love Kingdom Hearts, and one of my favorite things is meeting other people who love Kingdom Hearts. Me and Casey Club Kirby talk about Kingdom Hearts all the time. It's like one of like the big conversation that we like can sit down and spend hours talking about and not get bored. And then we start to find other people who like that as well, and it just is really, really cool. It's a great feeling, it's a great experience. And that was everything that cascaded down when I was streaming, was like, is this about the numbers, or is it about meeting those people? And kind of like, you know, reaching out and offering, like, hey guys, Yeah, man. Um, it was more about, hey, like, we'll extend our hand first to be like, hey, if you're looking for that kind of community, if you're looking for like that group of people, if you're looking for, I don't know, new friends, people who like those games, people who like cosplay, people who like pizza or don't like pizza, or people who like other things. So, well, here is where we are, and we want to get to know people and meet people. And so, yeah, that's kind of what it was. And so, at the end of all of that, that's kind of where I am. Yeah, and that's exactly what I was thinking too, is to plug the Discord, and that's where a lot of this stuff has happened. We do have a Discord that was mainly built post post my transition from Twitch. But yeah, if this resonates with anybody, if anybody does see this later on and this is like hitting a chord, then yeah, you should definitely be a part of that. That's because that's the whole idea. Is if I am moving back to yeah, Brandon, you're right. So if I am moving back to Twitch, these are kind of the things that I would like to, I don't what's the word I'm looking for? Hone in on. These are the things that I'd like to really focus on. These are the things that I'd love to encourage. And yeah, there are certain perks, like as Brandon mentioned in the chat, that Twitch, there's a feed system. And one thing I've never gotten around to yet, and I still need to, but is telling people when I'll be streaming. And that's something that I get asked. It's like, when are you going to be here? It's like, a good question. If only I had a place to put that, and YouTube doesn't really support that. It also has like that last minute post about like, hey guys, this date I can't be here. It gives us blocks of space to kind of like give helpful links or helpful information. So there is a couple perks like that. And honestly, what it comes down to is I kind of abandoned Twitch because of a lack of functionality. And I think one of the things that I should have done, and this is a fault of my own, is rather than abandoning it for a lack of functionality, I should have invested in it and pushed for for people to help encourage Twitch or ask Twitch and to make means of Twitch having those kind of functionalities that we need, that the streamers would like to have, and so on. And that was where I just kind of like abandoned ship. All right, I like what I see over here, rather than sticking with something else, which was kind of silly of me. But here I am again, apologizing, saying I'm dumb. I almost feel like Michael Bluth in Arrested Development, being like, yeah, I'm sorry about this, and then somebody be like, but you didn't say it. And then camera flashes back to, but I'm sorry about that. Sorry, I really like Arrested Development. So yeah, that's those are my thoughts, which this stream has been aptly dubbed thoughts, I realize. Yeah, man, I know, I gotta get back to Kingdom Hearts. I really gotta beat Chain of Memories because I want to move on to Kingdom Hearts 2 HD. Dumb Michael. Dumb. Selfish Michael. Yeah, love Arrested Development. So yeah, those are my thoughts. The more I talk about it, funny enough, I also the more I talk about it, the more I feel like it's something that I think I do want to do. And then I guess to tack on, the final thing is community of Twitch, not just the Twitch community, but so I'm part of the Heart Container Heroes. I've mentioned that earlier in this mini stream, and that's me, Avian Sace, and Cyborg Kangaroo. Cyborg's already pretty much back on Twitch, which is really funny because we all moved to YouTube, or started on YouTube, some of us, and he's already back on Twitch because he's doing cosplay stuff, and it's really good and it's really great. And I actually already set my Twitch up to like auto host him, and that's one functionality of Twitch that I have to say I actually think is really, really good, and I really like that, because if I'm talking about the idea of like a community, and it's not just about me, I mean, I'm not the sole proponent of a network of people, or like a group of people who like something. So having the ability to like say, hey, watch this person, I'm not going to be here, or even if I am, let's all go watch this person together. Let's all hang out and watch this guy's stream. Don't just come to mine, let's watch this person's. And that's where even just a day or so ago, I was reminded that I love actually quite a few people who are on Twitch. I love Sage Sky 12, who's in the chat. He does Call of Duty, and he's really cool, and he's actually really good at it. I've watched him a couple times, and yeah, Sage Sky, that's what I'm talking about, is the host system on Twitch. YouTube doesn't have anything comparable to that. But Sage Sky does Call of Duty. He's really good at it. It's really fun to watch. My buddy Casey Club in the chat right here does Danganronpa on Twitch, and it's been really fun to watch. Another guy we know named Swirly, he's on YouTube, but he does Danganronpa, and it's like, okay, so if I had a means of, if I'm not going to be streaming, but telling you guys automatically that like, hey, go watch this person, that's kind of the ideal. And then I have, Avian Sace, who's not in the chat, but she's here in this room with me, who is really good. Totally not in frame. Yeah, you're like, almost make it. You did it. But so we have all these people who have like such great personalities. They have such great content. They have such great things that it's like I would love to encourage other people to find them. And then that's kind of one of the other big aspects of moving back to Twitch that really is appealing to me, is the means of which of encouraging other people not just to be about like say Sora as a stream, but like to be about the community that we're trying to build of all these different people who make it up, who either come from their own Twitch communities and then have just kind of met in this one. And that's what's really cool, is like we all kind of come from different backgrounds. I play a lot of RPGs, and I've played a lot of Overwatch in the past. I'll be playing Destiny 2 when it comes out. I also play a lot of random things like Kingdom Hearts, which is an RPG, so don't categorize that as something separate. I play a lot of random things. It's what I do. I played Gigantic for quite a few streams on YouTube. I think that game's super fun. So I'm really varied in what I do. And yet I have met people who, I don't really play Call of Duty. I've met people who play Call of Duty because I play Dark Souls, they play Dark Souls, or vice versa. Like, I've met people through Destiny, and I don't really play Destiny anymore, but they still play Destiny, and they're really good. So there's just a bunch of things that I think is really encouraging about moving back to here. And I think, I'm not fully sure, and I'd like, actually, if anybody does know, you can DM me, or you can find me on the Discord channel and kind of help me understand. But one of the things is, since I'm part of Heart Container Heroes, me, Cyborg, and Avian, because my fingers weren't in frame, we are all three very varied. Oh, what a fun sentence. We're diverse in what we play and do. Cyborg doing cosplay mainly. Avian has been playing Life is Strange and a couple other things. And me, and this is turning out way longer than I expected. I gotta end this momentarily. We all do completely separate things, and yet we're a channel team. So I think, and I'm not sure, but it seems like Twitch has some sort of functionality for since we three make up what we call the Heart Container Heroes. So then the idea is to help direct people to the other components of that. Me being one of them, Avian being another, Cyborg being another. And so if that's the case, if Twitch does have that kind of feature system in it, I'd love to explore that and make use of it, because I think that'd be really important. So yeah, I actually think that I can close this this large rant on that note, just because I think that's enough said. So, I guess maybe after all of that, it's time to say, check out twitch.tv/SaySora for more rants and ravings and senile efforts. I don't know, but yeah, So that's it. That's where we're gonna end this. So thank you guys. Oh wait, Brandon's got one more thing, and I will voice over the microphone the last thing that Brandon wants to communicate. And while I'm waiting for his message to go through, thank you guys for taking time to watch this. Again, if this is in the past broadcast of Twitch, I have no idea if it will be. I hope that this is meaningful to you. I hope this resonates with you. And I hope that this is something that you guys are interested in also, that you would... actually, another friend of ours just today streamed on Twitch. And I was really happy to see him there, and I really wanted to host him. And now that I know he's going to be back and doing it again, I know I can do that. And that's something that I'm kind of happy about. I can help draw attention to small people like me who are just trying to share the fun. That's why I stream video games, is because of the fact that, I could be sitting here playing a game on this screen. This screen. There's no screen over here. But I could be playing a game on this and not, just kind of sitting here zoning out. And I could have a lot of fun, but then there's usually those moments when it's like, I want to share this with somebody. I want to tell somebody about this. And so, if I can do that through a stream, well, that's exactly what I want to do. And so this is what Sage says. Came from STEM to Joey over to Sora, and because it's become a major... Whoa!
Slow down. Take a deep breath. Start over.
I came from STEM to Joey, over to Sora, and it's become a major pleasure to see Heart Container Heroes grow to 3 major people as Joey Braden, Avian, so Joey Cyborg, Braden, me, and Avian, to all of us getting together on Discord laughing. And thank you, Sage. And yeah, that was something we even did. We played, what was it? It was like 4 to 5 months ago, but we played Cards Against Humanity as a Discord, and my god, that was funny. And we should definitely do that again. And it was kind of like exactly what it was. It was like a night of being like, this is exactly the kind of stuff I was hoping would happen. And so what Sage also says, it's made a change for me. Went from major community to nothing, and now back to a major community. And that's what we want to do. We want to invite people. And thank you, Sage, for sharing that. We want to invite people to be part of this community. So look for us, I guess, is what this is, like a announcement of. Look for us on Twitch. Maybe look for like edited funny videos on YouTube. Avian's actually really good at edited videos. Not so good. So don't look for mine on there. Look for hers. And with that being said, Brandon, David, thank you so much for being a part of this rant. I think I'm at like almost 30 minutes, if not already 30 minutes. So I'm done. Thanks a bunch. I'll see you guys soon. Maybe again. Maybe even tonight again for an actual video game, not just me sitting in my chair being like, whoa. Whoa. Just eat it. So yeah, that's it. And have a good one, guys. I'll let you know. As I always say, see you next time. So goodbye.